everyone. Rob the Backyard Gardener here. You know what? We're supposed to get a lot of rain over the next couple days, and the potato plants in the pots are dying out pretty good. I'm thinking I should just go ahead and pull them now. All right, everyone. I apologize if it's pretty windy, but we're going to try this pot first. I think I'm just going to start by pulling out some of the... All right, guys, you're not going to believe this. My first pot, the video didn't record. It stopped right in the middle of it, somehow, some way. Anyway, pretty discouraging first pot. All I got was literally a handful of potatoes out of a big old pot. And two things. One, I didn't hill up the potatoes. I literally put them about 8 to 10 inches down, filled them with soil, and relied on the root to come all the way up and produce potatoes. Ironically, normally the bottom has a lot of potatoes, and in this last container, they all were near the top, which tells me this was non-used soil. So I think the best bet the next time I do it is to start them low and hill them up like everyone else does. I also use wood chips and compost, so I'm not sure if the medium was not very good or if it's the fact that I didn't hill them up. Either way, let's see how the second one goes. The first batch, pretty disappointing. The seed potatoes were about the size of those. I could have just ate them. Let's try the next one, guys. Probably not going to get much in this one either, now that we know the method is not the best. One baby one so far. Another small one. There's another one. A few more smalls. There's another one. Let's get this dumped out. There's another small one. Yeah, didn't do too good. Seed potatoes are even rotting. Too much water. Got a couple more. Here's a few more. So, I think the hard-learned lesson here, guys, is that one, you should hill up your potatoes as the plants grow, and two, fertilize more often, and three, this soil is pretty moist from all the rain we've had, so the rain also has wreaked havoc on my potatoes. I still have the extra potatoes that are actually direct soiled into the ground. Hopefully they're better. That's all I got. You know, part of gardening is living and learning, and part of it's having to learn from your mistakes, or sometimes you just have bad luck. At the end of the day, I've got a nice little tiny meal to cook up. Not exactly how I wanted it, but hey, that's what happens. All right, so here's the sad little haul. I guess I'll weigh them up just for sake, but you know what? It's about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of Yukon. Anyway, you live and learn. We ended up getting 2 pounds and roughly 2 ounces. So, as sad as it sounds, it's a little better than I thought. I got 1 pound of potatoes per pot, using a 1/2 pound of seed potatoes per pot. Woo! Anyway, live and learn. Thanks. You know what? We've had a lot of rain, so I'm just going to have to harvest these as well. That's my Yukons and my Red Chieftains. The ground I just checked is so sopping wet. A few of the small potatoes that I touched, they seem fine, but man, the seed potatoes were already rotting away. So we're gonna have to pull it out and see what we get. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I pulled out a few of the Yukon potato plants. Looks like a little better harvest down here. There could be some more. Ground's really wet. It's full of earthworms too, which is good, but it's really wet. I'm glad I'm pulling them out now. I'm just starting to get into the Red Chieftain as well. So I'll keep you updated and see what we get. Man, a little bit better over here than the pots. All right, guys, sorry I didn't get this on film because I wasn't expecting it to be a pretty good harvest. But out of the 2 Yukon Gold plants, I ended up getting pretty good harvest. I'll clean these up and get a final weigh in as well. But on the 4 Red Chieftain potatoes, geez, we got a pretty good harvest there. Nothing big, but this is what happens when you pull them out of the ground about 10 to 15 days early. But we're supposed to get nothing but thunderstorms over the next week. And quite honestly, I didn't want everything to go to rot. So I'm going to wash these up and weigh them. I'll combine those Yukons with yesterday's haul, which I already showed you in the video was 2.2 pounds. So I'm gonna add these to it and get you an official weigh-in, and then I'll get you a total weight on Red Chieftain. But honestly, this is some really good stuff. And on it, guys, it's chock full of earthworms. It's just chock full of it. I mean, it's crazy. They're everywhere. So as I was digging, I mean, there's hundreds of earthworms in here. So this is some really good soil. I might amend it with a little bit of a shake fertilizer and a little bit of nitrogen, and it's ready to plant some more things. Anyway, I'll be right back with a rinse and a weigh-in. Thanks. Okay, so there's my total take on Yukon Gold potatoes, the 2 containers and the 2 plants that were in the direct sow right into my garden ground. We ended up with a grand total of 3 pounds and 0.9 ounces. Call it 3 pounds, 1 ounce. So, you know what? Not too bad after all. Let's check in with the Red Chieftains. And here's the Red Chieftain. You know, surprisingly, it looked like it was pretty much the same size, but I guess because there's a lot of smalls, it just was more quantity than quality. We ended up, I don't know if you could see that very well, the lighting's poor, but it looks like 2 pounds, 5.4 ounces, so almost 2.5 pounds. So 2.5 pounds of Red Chieftain. These are all direct sowed. And 3 pounds, 1 ounce of the Yukon Gold. Could have been better, but you know what? Still a nice haul. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Leave any comments below. And once again, guys, I'm sorry I didn't capture live this dig, but I wasn't planning it to be as good as it was, even though it wasn't great. Anyway, thanks again.